Hey y'all, I hope you're doing well. Now, it's been forever since I did a natural hair video over here, but that's for reasons of being lazy. I really am a lazy natural and I don't do a whole lot of stuff, so I never know what I'm going to be able to share. Now, that's why I infuse a lot of my natural hair care into my self-care videos and other things. And so from that, I have seen your questions and asking me to update my routine and what I'm using and what has helped, mainly because y'all see that I have done something more different with my hair in terms of hair color. And as you know, that can bring about damage and other things. And most of you have commented on the health of my hair, that I've been able to have length retention and I've been able to have healthy hair that is not breaking off. So obviously in the middle of me being lazy, I'm still doing something right. So I want to share that with you. And I know that color treated hair is not for everyone. So this is things that can be used for your natural color hair or whatever that it is that you are rocking. And so this hair color started about 1.5 years ago when I got married. I decided that right before, like a crazy woman, that I was gonna color my hair. So I got in touch with my stylist, Sharina. She's amazing. She did a consultation with me, looked at the health of my hair, checked on, the ends of it, making sure that it was very, very healthy, because she really wants to make sure that your hair can take whatever you're trying to achieve. We went conservative because it was before my wedding and we didn't want to make a very drastic change. On top of that, she explained to me that with color, that you should not make it drastic at first and kind of inch your way in so that your hair integrity remains. I ended up with like a strawberry blonde, a nice burgundy tone kinds of, and it turned out beautifully for the big day. And so I continued on and it has continually changed with hues and highlights. But that's also led to me really making sure that I'm doing the things necessary outside of going to the stylist about 4 times a year and make sure that I'm getting the health of my hair checked on. And I'm going to share more of those things in depth, but go ahead and let me know some of what you're using. Also, let me know if you can relate to some of the products I'm using, and check below for anything that I talk about. Let's get into this video. I'm still pretty basic with my natural hair routine. I don't do a whole lot in terms of the process. So I want to talk about the process before I get into products. First off, I listen to what my hair needs from week to week. That's not going to be any fad. That's not going to be anything that's out there. But for the most part, we're sticking with a good old shampoo, a good old conditioning, a deep conditioning, a leave-in conditioner, a moisturizer, and a hair sealant each week. I used to be scared to use shampoo on anything other than my scalp. Now I do pull it to the ends because I work out. The rest of my hair gets stinky too. Conditioners that are thick and rich, that stick to the hair strands, but also leave it feeling moisturized and not stripped. Deep conditioners that add moisture back into the hair, because I have some, different types of porosity in my hair. I like to make sure all of it is being treated well. Sometimes I infuse oils in there, usually jojoba oil with my deep conditioner, and I will allow a cap to sit on my head right when I'm in the shower, or I will get out and I will do a little bit of steaming. I also use stylers, so I use a gel as well as edge controller, and sometimes I use mousse when I'm doing other types of hairstyles. And I have my tools, so I have a pick and I have an edge comb, and that's usually about as far as it goes, except for my detangling brushes. In between, I take a little bit of oil to my scalp because it can get dry, and I also sometimes have to moisturize my hair throughout the week, and that can usually just be with spray bottle and water, or a spray bottle with water and conditioner. I like to make sure that I kind of stay low on the product, but just keep the moisture within my hair. I'm a low or no manipulation type of girl, so I will usually just do wash and goes or roller sets that eventually turn into buns. Usually week 2, if I have not washed my hair, it turns into a bun, which I also think has led to hair growth because I'm not pulling the bun tight. I make sure my hair is kind of loose and I just kind of pull it around and allow it to be protected. Other than that, I get my occasional protective styles, which y'all have seen my stylist Danny. I'll make sure I link her information down below, but she's amazing for making sure that my braids are not tight on my edges. That's how I've been able to maintain my edges, and the rest of my hair is not breaking off. Now, I used to do the hair waxes. Maybe a trick for you is, before you decide on a hair color or even that process, try out some of these hair waxes. Curlsmith, they usually sell it at Ulta or even on their own website, has been awesome because I was able to try like a reddish hue. I was able to try like the blondish hue. They even, I think, have a blue, but that is my process overall. Now we'll get into some other things. Let's go back to that process of overall washing my hair. I have to watch the type of tools that I'm using on my hair and the things that I'm infusing in my wash day. Recently, I started using my Aquasana shower head and filtration system, and they are the sponsor of today's video. Their systems provide maximum contaminant reduction while leaving in the beneficial minerals like potassium, calcium, and magnesium in the water. They use award-winning filtration technology that's designed by expert engineers but inspired by you. All of their filter components are made of minimal waste. The reusable outer filter casings and cartridges are made of recyclable parts and compostable materials. And let me say, this bad boy is so light and easy to use, and it's much lighter than any of the ones I've ever owned before. The filter instantly delivers clean filtered water for the ultimate shower experience for 10,000 gallons or up to 6 months. And this reduces your skin and hair's exposure to things that can cause damage and excessive drying. Through the Simply Soft filtration, I've noticed that my hair falls different. It feels so much more moisturized. It also feels like it's not as stripped. Even with my great products, it is a great addition. And because these filters improve the air quality, by filtering the water in the shower, it's providing you with a healthier shower experience. If you're ready to start having the benefit of cleaner, healthier water, head to the link below and start shopping and use my code DrNina55 to get 55% off all filters plus free shipping. So now to get into those products that have actually worked well for me, these are the staples that I'm using right now that I will tend to use from week to week. So in order to make sure that my hair is cleansed well, and it's even called Oh So Clean, Aunt Jackie's. I don't know if y'all know about Aunt Jackie's, but it is amazing. You can even find it like in Dollar General or Family Dollar, but they have the moisturizing and softening shampoo, and it's a shampooing hydrant. So it makes sure that your hair is not stripped of moisture, but it adds moisture, and I find that it gets my hair so clean, but not squeaky clean, but it does leave moisture into my hair. And then I also love the Olaplex number 4. Yes, it's pricey. This is the Bond Maintenance Shampoo. This one is a low, okay? This one is definitely a high. But the thing about Olaplex, it's a bond maintenance. So especially if you have damage-prone hair, or like me, you have color-treated hair, it's wonderful because it helps to reconstruct the bonds of the hair or help to support the bonds of the hair. And I love using this, and I think I can credit it for why my hair stays so healthy, even in a state where it's more fragile. So this is expensive, but it's worth every penny. And with Olaplex, you don't use that much. If you go around and look up reviews on Olaplex, you'll see that other people vouch for that. And I think most people have liked Olaplex. It's had its ups and downs, but it works really well. And for the money, it gives you like a salon treatment at home. For my conditioners and deep conditioners, I like things with amino acids and hydrolyzed protein. I love I'm going to start first with the It's a 10. It's a 10 is amazing, y'all. They have a miracle hair mask. This keeps my hair feeling so good, so soft, and also especially when it feels dry and like no moisture in sight, leaving this on for just even 10 minutes in the shower and letting the steam kind of penetrate it, or outside of the shower as a deep conditioner with a steamer or with a hair dryer, leaves your hair amazing. Then the other one that I really like is the Olaplex number 8 Bond Intense Moisture Mask. It moisturizes, smooths, adds body and shine. I love that it just leaves my hair feeling so good. Again, it's helping to repair those bonds, so doing the same thing that shampoo starts off with. And then there's the Olaplex number 5, which is the Bond Maintenance Conditioner, which repairs, strengthens, and hydrates all types of hair. And I usually don't leave this one on very long. It says to leave on about 3 minutes, but oftentimes I leave it on just a little bit longer. But I love how this leaves my hair feeling like, especially when I've stripped it a little bit and trying to get the product out, it leaves it feeling so moisturized. Detangling usually happens through the process of conditioning or deep conditioning for me. I usually do not touch my hair with a brush unless my hair is saturated in conditioner and that's set for a while. So I love both these brushes. This is the Felicia Leatherwood brush with the Best brush, which I've been using for years. And for about a year now, since it came out, the Pattern Beauty brush by Tracy Ellis Ross. And I love this brush as well. Now it has smaller teeth than the brush with the Best one. So I tend tend to use the brush with the best when my hair is more tangled, and I use this one when my hair is a little less tangled, but they both work really well. As far as products for leave-ins and afterwards detanglers and things that leave my hair moisturized, and I use as refreshing moisturizers, I use the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. This is great for any type of hair, but I found they even have a curly hair version, and I love that one, but I love the original a lot better because it's a little bit thicker and rich. It smells so good, and it leaves your hair feeling penetrated and moisturized. And sometimes I mix this with water throughout the week in order to spray onto my hair to give it a bit more pizzazz. So I talked about Unjackies. Unjackies also has a knot on my watch. I got this whole big old bottle from Burlington for $9.99. You can sometimes catch it, but this is an instant detangling therapy, and it softens, helps to restore moisture balance, and eliminates knots and tangles. And I can attest, it coats your hair so well. You don't need to use that much because it will leave your hair overcoated, but if you use just a little bit after washing your hair, it is amazing, and kind of brush through it a little bit, especially if you're going to do a wash and go. This leaves it multi-packed with moisture, y'all. The next one that is probably one of the most expensive other than the Olaplex is the Redken. This is the 25 benefit one, the One United. Now this one does a whole lot of stuff. It conditions your hair. It also has protection, hair protection, instant results, ideal cutting lotion, helps shield against external aggressors, gives a silky touch, it smooths the hair, and it's also a heat protector, so it helps with heat protection. My stylist uses this one on my hair as well, and when she was using it, I was like, okay, I want to try that out at home, and I invested in the smaller bottle, but then ended up getting the bigger bottle. One of the best decisions I've made. Also, I like the Olaplex number 6 Bond Smoother. This acts as the leave-in pretty much, but you put it in, and it's a reparative styling cream to reduce frizz, nourishes and protects. Again, it's trying to help to fill in those bonds that might be broken, and it helps with those dead ends and things of that sort. So I've seen major improvements over the years with using Olaplex, and I don't use it every week. I might use it at least once or twice a month with my washes. As far as my hairstylers, y'all, I only use a few. I stick with the same ones. For my gel, I use the Shine and Jam. I like the one by Magic Fingers, which is usually used for braiding, but I find that it holds my edges down really well. And for when I want that extra hold on my edges, the Ebon Edge Controller. It can be a little bit pricier, but it lasts forever. You do not need that much. I tend to get the one with the purple top. I love the way that it smells as well, and it complements this well without getting that caked up feeling on the side of your head. So I love Eco Styler, y'all know that, but I love the olive oil. But now they have the Super Olive Oil 10 times, which is a moisturizing gel. So I use this one for my wash and goes. It leaves my hair feeling so good without all the crunch. Not to say that Eco Styler makes my hair crunchy, but if you put on a little bit too much, it will. So it does hold, but it has more of a moisturizing hold. And in between styling, when I'm not washing as much, because that happens, okay, I'm using the Batiste Instant Hair Refresh. It's the dry shampoo. This is the original kind. Refreshes hair without drying it out. It is award winning. I thought it was for other folk, but it works for my hair pretty well, and I usually go at my scalp with it in order to make sure that it's refreshed. And you know, if you're a sweater, you do not want your hair to smell like sweat, so this really does help with it. But I find that it doesn't just mask, it also helps with the health of my scalp in between washes. Another style is my Shine and Jam Mousse, and I also like the Design Essentials Natural, but I definitely use this whenever I'm doing a longer term style like a rolling set or something like that, because mousse just tends to leave my hair light. It also doesn't flake for me, and this one in particular in the Design Essentials, the green one, the natural one, really works wonders. And as far as oil in my scalp, I like to make my own oils, and I've done a whole bunch of videos for y'all on my oil recipes. But if I'm not going to do that myself, I also like the Hollywood Beauty, the Growth Plus Hydrating Anti-Frizz Oil. This one has tea tree, aloe, vitamin E, and jojoba, all the stuff I like. And this is marketed as an anti-breakage hair growth oil, but I use it just because it helps to invigorate my scalp, and because of the tea tree and the other balance of the oils, it leaves it feeling sealed with moisture. Now, the one thing about my hair is it gets really dry. The lighter you go go, the more dry your hair is going to be. So you need to maintain the moisture. And if you have damage prone hair or even just natural hair overall, a lot of times our hair has to maintain moisture. So here are some of the things that I find that work. I moisturize on average about 3 times a week or as needed. It might need more or it might need less in a week. So I have to remember that it's all about balance. Sometimes we put way too much stuff in our hair. So I have to make sure that I'm not heavy-handed, which I used to be very heavy-handed with products. I use only what my hair needs. So after rinsing out hair conditioner, I immediately coat it with a leave-in conditioner. For when my hair is extra dry, I spritz water that has a little bit of leave-in conditioner in it and maybe put in a little bit of my oil mix, like something with a little castor oil, jojoba oil, those types of things that are going to carry through my hair and seal in the moisture. With sealants, I like to use those every time I've washed or when my hair feels extra dry. And if you're wondering what counts as a sealant, it's oils or silicone-based products that help to coat the hair. Some people use things like shea butter to seal the hair because it's known as an anti-humectant and it doesn't let anything in or out of the hair strand. Overall, your hair gets to maintain its moisture and also feels as if it's retaining said moisture. And I told y'all a bit about my hair tools, but they are quite simple. Usually my fingers are number one. I use my fingers to detangle in the shower. I use satin hair ties, hair scarves that are satin or silk. Now I also use 2 different types of hair dryers, one of them being the Rev Air. Caved in about a Rev Air. I want to say I've had Rev Air like a year or 2 now. It uses reverse air in order to dry your hair. It's pricey, but it works so well and it works so fast, even for my thick and dense hair. And also I love the Diva Curl dryer, which also comes with the diffuser that looks like fingers. This is good for those of us that are wearing wash and goes or even other styles because it does get through the hair well and it has an ion technology, so it's also sealing those cuticles. And I only use heat about 1 to 2 times a month safely, if that. It keeps my hair less tangled. So especially when I'm going to go in for a different style like braiding or things like that, it keeps it less tangled so that I lose less hair. So watch what will work best for y'all. And I do wear braids from time to time, not as much as I used to. So I protective style about 30 to 40% of the time. And in a good month, maybe 50% of the time. But when I go to my braider, she's amazing. She's family too. She does not braid until I can see my brain components, okay? I love that I can tell her like, hey, I don't want this braided tight. She's become very creative and has always been with making sure that my edges kind of make it look like my hair is tight, but it's not. So that's even with stitch braids or French braids or other things. And sometimes I'm braiding my own hair as well, which I love to do too. But for the most part, when I say protective styling, that's usually a bun for me. Hair is also affected by the types of foods that we eat. So I try to stick with hair healthy options that are also skin healthy. I stay up on vitamin D, E, and C or biotin, iron, and omega-3 fatty acids, berries, fatty fish, carrots, chickpeas, nut butters, spinach, nuts and seeds, and avocados. And when I can't get it all in, I try to just have a smoothie daily, as well as prenatal vitamins, which have double of almost everything. Something else that I watch for that a lot of people do not is making sure that my skincare products and other things don't get onto my hair, because sometimes those products are drying, so they dry the edges of your hair. And a lot of times that's why we're losing our edges, right? Because we're putting products in there that don't belong. And especially with some of the things that we use on our skin, some of us are using retinoids, we're using other things that are very harsh. And if those get into your hair, they can cause damage. So when I tell y'all your girl is lazy with her hair, it is what it is, but my hair is thriving and it's doing well. So hopefully y'all learned a bit from some of the things that I'm doing, and hopefully this added to some of the things you might try, and hopefully y'all are going to add some things down below that I can learn from you. So make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace.